Innovation to me is the ability to change the world for the better. It's an experience of taking cues from the environment, really understanding what could be a better future, a better experience, and then constructing that. How do I take a personal insight? How do I take the vision for a better future and bring them together? What's that solution look like? And so in healthcare, that's what we did with PINGMD, was to really look at an experience of a patient through the eyes of a doctor from the perspective of their workflow. It's a complex set of views that you're trying to glean insights from, and the innovation is seeing the problem, seeing the situation, and envisioning a better future and designing that future. Design is the DNA of innovation. And even if you don't call yourself a designer, an innovator is inherently designing, and designing out of inspiration. I still recall, carrying my father's Braun radio, and I didn't realize the influence that it was making on me. You could see me as a child use a device that looked or should have been complex because it was technology, but it was obvious. I knew how to use it, and what inspired me about it as an adult, it was very deliberate. It was simple. And like children of today, you look at them with smart devices and they're touching and swiping. That's because the design got out of their way and made it obvious and simple enough for anyone to understand its function. And it's interesting when you look at things that we would call innovations and technologies that have changed our lives, you wonder, what it is that motivates people to create or adopt change. And so as innovators, we look at adoption, I think, too mechanically from a perspective of behavior. Yes, you're influenced by a particular activity, or I give you a motivation that will influence you to adopt an innovation. But for me, it's really, can I inspire that motivation? Can I make it a preference? And the great adoptions you can clearly see is that you prefer to do something a certain way. You prefer to hear music when you're in the train, therefore you want it mobile. So for PINGMD, it was interesting, I preferred to get a picture to my physician. I prefer to know that my message got to the doctor. Those are preferences. That's the motivation behind I would like to use the technology. It's not just simpler, quicker, faster, cheaper. It's a preference. You would prefer to do something. You like to do something. You enjoy to do something. And when you make it enjoyable, change occurs.